friendos, welcome back! Hey, Samuel and Static and Eben! Sorry, apparently my question marks for when we're finished with the countdown went away. Oh. Oh, and I have a lamp! I love lamp! Lamp is gone. Okay. So, Kentucky Route Zero. Oh man, I have to put my lamp pin on my... It's time for... It's winter coat time, so I can start cycling through my my pins now. I forgot about lamp pin because obviously, as you guys know, if you were here for the craft stream, lamp pin is on my pin cushion. Or my piece of cork that used to be a candle topper cushion. Thing that I shove a bunch of pins in. So, because this is all my favorites. And then when I go to pick one from my wall-mounted pin collection, then I forget that I have these. And then I'm like, oh, I should buy more pins. This was a great story, I'm sorry. So Kentucky Route Zero is a point and click. If I remember correctly, or if I remember what I've been told correctly, it's kind of a weird, vibey experience. I'm really excited to check it out. I remember being really excited the first time somebody told me about it. The little that I knew way back, the first time that somebody told me about it sounded really cool. In the interim, I have forgotten everything. I've basically forgotten everything I've ever known in the last couple of weeks. So we'll check it out, but it's also by Annapurna, so it's bound to be fantastic. That's basically just what it's gonna be. It's bound to be fantastic. Every time I play an Annapurna game, I feel bad though, because there's like a big collection of their published games, and like Ron posted it in Discord once, and I was like, who's the kind of person that would just buy a whole collection of games from a publisher? That's stupid. And then I played like 14 Annapurna games, and I was like, oh no, it's me. That's me. I'll do that. Oh no. And Ron doesn't forget anything, so I'm sure he has not forgotten my foolhardy disdain. Oh, these are slots. Okay, notebook, VHS tape, reel. You know, I'm a child of the 90s. Let's go in that VHS tape. I know there are 5 acts. I don't know if they're all out. It seems like the 5th one isn't. I don't know. Let's just vibe. Who cares? We'll figure it out. Horse oils? Are we squeezing our horses? Oh, it is a horse. And it was at one point oil. Alright. Seems like it might be real quiet. An old hound and a straw hat. Both have seen better days. Oh, good, I get to read. That's what I was kind of hoping for. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words Lisette's Antiques, furniture, glassware, curiosities. Maybe Lisette's or Lisette's, I don't know. We'll pick one. Alright, is it only gonna... Oh, no, it's gonna let me walk. Okay. Oh! Ooh, I really like the... Ooh, I like the way that it spikes you where you're going. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles, whiskey, lost a tire or something. Spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? His name is His name is... Oh, I'm sorry, I was just reading. Her name is Blue. Blue sounds like a sweet old hound. I used to know a dog like that. Hey, here's some jerky for Blue. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. I bet it's just a few feet off the horizon. Alright, let's see. You know what? I will vibe with this old man. Let's vibe with the old man. I got a delivery to make on Dogwood, but I'd rather watch the sunset. Yeah, it's the truth. You've got to stop and breathe in that road. I bet while you're out driving, you let your eyes wander up the tree line and just, well, I bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. Do you like poetry? Oh, I just like to listen to the TV. I used to do a lot of poetry on the computer, but I don't have the ear for it lately. Listen, you and Blue would have been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of... Well, to get there, you gotta take the 0. Ooh, it's being weird. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm enjoying this already. The 0 is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. You have to head down into the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. Basement door's back there in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. Oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. An interstate highway, 65, running from Alabama up to just shy of Chicago. It ought to be quitting time in this part of Kentucky, but the daylight just won't shake. The sun just won't go away. Hey, Gigi. I love my little finger. I want my mouse click to be this all the time. I want it to just go... Oh, it's like horseshoes. That's what it is. It's a horseshoe steak and a horseshoe. That's really cool. Oh. Just head back into the office and you can't miss the stairs. The breaker box would be somewhere on the right side of the room down there. I do want to know why he can't fix the lights himself, but that's rude and he's been very nice to me. Okay, I'll do it now. Many thanks. Go over here first. Hey, Beanie, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? I finally got caught up today, so I feel more like a human. Not a lot more, but a little. A little more human-ish. Human-adjacent. Oh, I love these transitions. Oof. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted into the wall, onto the wall. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premises. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax. Count backwards from 5. 4. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes of every hour. Okay. Oh, basement people. Good. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Are they playing D&D except with highway maps? Because that would be really awesome. I'm not sure what's wrong with the basement yet. I hope it's something good. Hey, Kortra, thank you so much. Enjoy your lurks. Basement people. Okay. Emily, Ben, and Bob. Conway clears his throat. Have y'all... Oh, that's me. I forgot. Yeah, I always apologize, so I'd probably apologize for going into somebody else's basement. Oh, sorry. I didn't know there was anyone down here. Did you hear something? No? Sorry, I was looking at the rules again. It gets easier as you go. Look, she said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. That's the impression I've got, Beanie. Or that's my vague memory of... Maybe not so much spoopy as atmospheric, maybe? So it's your turn now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? Should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. Okay. Conway clears his throat but gets no response from the people at the table. Did you lose something? Oh my god. I think it rolled down off the left there, but I don't see it. Well, I'm not gonna go looking for it. It's too dark down there. What if you go down and get it? I'll just study the rules here. Oh, they're really pissing me off. Conway taps his foot, but gets no response from the people at the table. What kind of game is that? I think you were right about the instant crisis rolls. There's a whole separate table of them in the back. I don't like that rule anyway. It's not fun. It's just random and frustrating. Well, the randomness is what makes it realistic, Bob. Duh. I'm gonna keep fucking trying. You seem pretty focused on that game. I still don't understand how you win. Roll the... Link. Gibbs, he's fine. Come on. No, Mama, I just want to sit here and stare at him and growl because he sucks. I don't have anything to throw at you down here, right now. Nothing soft, anyway. Roll the 20-sided die once for each player and refer to Appendix C, Table of Psychogeographical Anxiety / Address Correlations. Locate the resulting street addresses on the road map and move each player marker to the appropriate location. Well, that doesn't help. I don't think you can win. It says on the box it's a tragedy. Hey! Yeah, like when you're muted. Ah, that would be the worst. You're not gonna let me by, are you? Okay, so just to get started, we need that 20-sided die. Yeah, that gets us on the road. Well, hopefully. If you roll a 1, you drive into a ditch. If you roll a 2, or a 9, or a 12, you have to write down a new anxiety and roll again. If you roll a 5, you get to move your piece anywhere on the map you want. Bob, go get the die. It's too dark down there. Well, that should make it easy. The damn thing glows in the dark. Fine, I'll go get the fucking die. I get it. I'm really smart. I'm so smart. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comforting weight, like a loaded die. He places the object in his jacket pocket. Count backwards from 5, right? That's what it said? They're gone. I knew they were going to be gone. Folding chairs are arranged around a worn card table. The chairs are empty and the surface of the table is bare. Conway, what would I do? I think I would place it on the table. Excuse me, it's not glowing in the dark? Yeah, my video game goblin brain wants to keep it in case I need it later, but my human brain wouldn't let me do that. Oh, can I not give the dog the beef jerky? Or I guess the jerky. I don't know if it was beef. Hey, welcome. How you doing? There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. There were some people down in your basement playing some kind of game, but they're gone now? In the basement? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe the lamplight was playing tricks on you, huh? Well, strange things happen underground, especially in the dark. So, computers in the office. What are you eating? Go away. Go. Go. Just because I dropped chips under my desk doesn't mean you need to hoover them up, Zeno. It's going alright, you know, we're here, we're vertical. Got a nice cup of coffee and some fuzzy knee socks, so day's going okay. Alright, so computers in the office, you're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around these roads. She'll get you to the 0. Password is, damn. I usually just feel it out. Muscle memory, you know? It's kind of long, kind of like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah, but Zeno likes to eat wrong, bad things. I can't remember if it's like potato chips that I dropped under my desk or if it's like an onion. Not an onion. I didn't just like take a whole onion and then drop it under my desk. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. User, Conway. Why would I type in my own name? Did he ever tell us his name? I don't think he told us his name. Did he? User Conway is not real. Password. Wheels slide loose. The stars drop away. I talk and listen to him talking. That sums it up? Well, in terms of summation, I don't feel like this is a summation. This feels cyclical to me. Wheels slide loose, but that doesn't necessarily feel like an inevitability. So I'm gonna go with the stars drop away, which feels like a summation, and it feels like inevitability. It feels like the end of all things. No. Oh. Stars drop away. Is it supposed to be a haiku? 575, right? Okay, well that's not gonna work anyway. Moon throbs, it's late. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. I like throbs. Moon throbs. The stars drop away, the moon throbs. You just breathe the road. I like that. Feels good. How's it going in there? Figured it all out? Sure you are. Games. Games is not real. Oh, come on. Message 1 from Donald at hotmic.mail. Oh no. Please tell me you're not donating to any campaign funds. Message 2 is from accounts@consolidated.mail. From Donald at hotmic.mail. Subject. Cats, I swear to God. All you want to do is sit on the ground and stare at Link and then growl about it. That's all you want to do. You don't like doing anything other than that. You don't even like him, you don't even care about him that much. You just want to yell at him all the time. You're okay. Fuck you, Mama. Fuck you. I'm gonna go back to the same spot I was sitting at and do the same thing. Fragments dim of lovely forms. Joseph, I know it's been a while, and I know you're still sore, but there's a whole world in here, and we need your help to unmask it. Yes, the caves are cold and damp, and we are old and lame. Never mind. I can't even remember why I started writing this. I miss those days in the lab with you and our dear Lula. Maybe you found your own Xanadu. Well, so have I. End of message. From accounts@consolidated.mail. Account standing, urgent. Oh no. Dear Equus Oils, this is an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we have switched you to our low reliability Dirty Power Plus plan. Consider making a payment immediately to obviate the need for us to switch you to Sustained Brownout Select. Wow. Sincerely, your friends at the Consolidated Power Co. End of message. Address, the 0 is not real. Okay, well that's not what he told me to do. Anyway, let's check Dogwood Drive, because that's also not what he told me to do. Is not real. Oh, good. Marquez residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65 and turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. Got it? Out there on Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, while you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago, and now that the power's all weird out here, I can't pick anything out but static in public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Sun's gone down. You and Blue better get on that road if you're gonna make the delivery. Conway scratches behind Blue's right ear. How's it going, Blue? How about a treat? Here's some jerky from the gas station attendant. Aw, we got an achievement for that. He reminds me a bit of your old man, Ira. He was a good man, a good boss. What do you think of this place? I never noticed it driving by. Maybe I should have said they're really on the rocks. Hey, Blum! I think there's nothing else to do here. Maybe we should have checked the basement one more time. Because I'm paranoid. What did it tell me to do? Northeast on 65. But what if I went this way? It's smarter than I am. Did we pass that the first time? I don't think so. We are walking like we have some serious back problems. This is Kentucky Route Zero. It's a game by Annapurna. It is... I'm very enjoying it so far, though we have not been playing... We haven't played very much yet. Swagger. Conway shakes his head. What a mess, huh? A guest, do you think anyone was hurt? Looks like a tough one to walk away from. Okay, it seems like we can't get out of the light. Oh, oh! I can be on different roads? Well, that's too much freedom. Can't go that way. The diner doesn't appear to have a name. A vinyl banner is slung above the door, simply reads 24 hours. It only has one window, behind which the blinds are tightly closed. The door swings open easily. A bell rings nearby. The interior of the diner is pitch black. This is a bad idea. Let's do it. Wait a moment to adjust to the darkness. A bit of errant light from the nearby highway creeps through the open door, and gradually Conway's able to make out a few figures inside. Two old men in trucker hats sit in a corner booth with a checkers board set on the table between them. A young woman standing behind the counter in an apron must be a waitress. The cook stares blankly from the kitchen. The door slams shut and the room is dark again. Sit down at the counter. Conway walks in the direction of the counter. He hits his knee on something hard and metallic, winces quietly, and then carefully finds his way to a stool. He places his hand on the counter. Another hand, a young woman's, rests itself on his. She guides his fingers to a laminated menu. Conway closes his eyes, opens them, maybe closes them again. Impossible to differentiate. Order coffee. Cup of coffee would do it. Black, oily even. Hot, familiar diner coffee. Conway runs his hands down the menu. The surface is uniformly flat and slick with condensation. He feels a warm hand against his cheek and freezes. Her fingers run across the stubble of his chin. He feels like apologizing. She leans forward, and so does he. Well, that was a situation that happened. Oh man, these are hard to get. The office of the Buffalo Creek Rural Electric Cooperative Corporation is almost invisible from the road. Its parking lot overgrown with weeds and its facade sheltered by ivy. Look in a window. A sinewy shadow obstructs the view through the window. Enter the front door. The floor is loosely covered in dirt. Parts of the carpet have rotted with exposure to rain. Wild mushrooms grow in some corners of the room. The wall behind the front desk has been mostly rotted away. It looks fragile. Yeah, let's go through the wall. Conway finds himself in what may have once been a conference room. The floor has fallen away in places and filled with a dark green mire. The walls of the conference room are decayed and damaged. Fuck it! The drywall dissolves as Conway pushes through it, falling in damp clumps in the marsh. He breaks through into a long hallway. The glow of a bioluminescent fungus casts a faint bluish light on the walls. A faint blush on the walls, sorry. Conway has the feeling he's interrupted something. After a moment of silence, the frog chorus resumes. Oh my god, there's so many more places. A singing chorus echoes from within the church. The building is 1 story tall with a pitched roof and a 3-story spire rising from the front. The top section of the spire is made of stained glass. An interior light illuminates the pines in red, green, and blue. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Light of the Last Great Awakening Baptist Church! Conway stands and listens to the chorus. The muffled chorus drones at a steady volume, repeating the same 2 verses without rest. Conway approaches the church doors. The front doors of the church are modest and worn. They're locked. A ramp leads up from a few dusty metal trash cans to the church's back door. Conway opens a few of the trash cans and looks in. One has a bit of something leafy and rotten stuck to the bottom of it. Another is full of unlabeled videotapes. Can I take one? Conway pushes open the back door. He finds himself in a kitchen lit by a buzzing fluorescent ceiling fixture. On the counter are a plate of moldy bread and an empty Dixie cup flecked red around its waxy rim. A set of swinging plastic doors on the far wall lead out of the kitchen. Conway pushes open the plastic doors and walks through. Vacant pews sprawl unevenly into the church. A small raised stage lies to Conway's right, bare except for a tape recorder. The tape recorder's power cord runs to an outlet near Conway's feet. Conway unplugs the tape recorder. The singing stops. The lights fail. Ooh. Maybe we should go to where we're supposed to be. I feel like with this much map, we'll be given more of an opportunity to drive around. A tall black oak burns on a hill above the road. Oop. Turn left as soon as you see the tree. Okay. Crap. Maybe I should have driven around more. Pretty dark out here, huh? Oh, wait. Yeah, let's go with pretty dark out here. Maybe you'd better stay down here where it's lit. Hope I can borrow you a treat up there. A street lamp lights the base of a dusty path leading up the hill. I love the frogs in the background. Okay, that's as far as I can get up there. A family graveyard is set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. I'm just gonna come in your house. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? I didn't see an owl. I know, I saw it out the window once. Big, ugly thing, all sound and fury. Well, it's gone now. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed. We built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? And I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? I drive deliveries for a small antique shop. I believe it's hard to— I feel like these are choices. I feel like we're making choices. I believe it's hard times for a small antique shop. It's hard times everywhere, even out here in our little farm. My parents stopped paying the bank a while back. I shouldn't even be here, but I just stayed. I have some notebooks. I'm only a little bored. I might prefer to watch TV occasionally. Actually, I have a TV here that I think belongs to you. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero, I know. Okay. A TV repairman man. Is that the TV under his arm? That's not how it's supposed to look. You made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Oh. Okay, well, these don't feel... I know how to set up a TV. Okay, I'm skeptical. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. I feel high. Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. Your cousin? Hey, Drazar. Well, that's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. She has a workshop up north a ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not bothered. You should I'm not convinced you should bother with the Zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV, but I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on 65 heading north and take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the Zero is basically inevitable. You're right, Cheese. I should have assumed. Like, I can't even... Silly me. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. Okay, so now that I have tripped out looking at this barn... Oh, of course she's gone. Fuck you. Annapurna's so good. A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusted corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. Can I go downstairs? No. An abandoned spiderweb stretches across the bottom of a saucepan. A skillet is seasoned with dust. Oh, I love it. That's my goal, to mesmerize cats with my streaming. I feel like we should have been able to get downstairs. I also feel like we should be able to find the owl. Because I can hear it. There are some horses out there. Oh, there are some horses out there behind the house. Remember the horses you and Lisette and Ira had? I miss them sometimes. The horses. I feel like we're creating a game. We're creating a story. I don't feel like we're playing a game. I feel like we're creating a story. Probably go before I get a DMCA. Alright. Up north a ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop. Up north a ways. Is that a lake up there? A sign in front of the building just reads museum. The lights are off, but the front door is open. Conway steps through the museum's doors. A few feet inside the museum doors, the ambient sound of the highway drops sharply away. The room is cold, dark, and still. A book lies open on the table in the center of the room. An open hallway extends to the left. Large glass doors bar the path ahead. Look at the book first. There's no title on the book's spine or cover. A 3-word phrase written in pencil on the first page is smudged and indecipherable. On the first page, someone has left an ink drawing of a horse. Several dozen blank pages later, at the end of the book, is an elaborate ink drawing of a one-legged man working an antique adding machine, surrounded by whiskey bottles. The glass doors won't budge. To apply any more force, you'd likely break them. Fuck it! Conway applies more force to the doors. The glass shatters. Somewhere ahead, a light switches on. After a moment, it switches off. The room is dark again, and the floor is covered in broken glass. Broken glass grinds under Conway's boots as he walks down the hall. He has the feeling of being in a larger space. Very little light reaches the far end of the hallway. Well, there's broken glass on the floor, so let's not feel the floor. Conway runs his hands along the walls. The walls are completely smooth and strange. Hang on. The walls are completely smooth and strangely warm. Conway can feel his breath and sweat condensing on the surface. Conway kneels and runs his hands along the floor. The floor is completely smooth and strangely warm. Conway can feel his breath and sweat condensing on the surface. Okay. Conway's steps echoing against the hallway's marble floor and arched ceilings. Plexiglass boxes line the walls. The hallway dead ends on a darkened display case. Conway examines the boxes on the walls. The first box, just a few feet into the hall, contains an assortment of bird wings. Some are missing feathers. One large, brightly colored wing almost glows in the moonlight. Its feathers are intact, but a piece of bone pokes awkwardly out from the tip. Conway examines the darkened display case. The display case is several yards wide, but just a few feet off the ground. It's unlit, and back in this corner of the darkened museum, very little moonlight creeps in. A gold-plated plaque on the surface of the case is a bit easier to read. It recounts a short history of fowl hunting in the region and then speculates abruptly about the nature of addiction. Is the book the same? I keep expecting things to change. It doesn't seem like that's this game's MO. I feel like Wheel Kirby. Hey, Entropy! I also feel this way. I don't think we went the wrong way out of the house. Oh, factory? No. A creek runs along the highway. Oh, I guess we can only see it from here. And then turns towards a dirty brick building. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partially obstructed by trees, reads, Amer Artificial Limb Factory. Okay. Didn't somebody say something about an artificial limb factory? After the artificial limb factory. Okay. Okay, there it is. I think. No! Stop progressing me. Conway brushes some dirt off Blue's hat. How's it going, Blue? Hey, you got something on your hat. Been digging in Lisette's flowers again. I feel like Lisette has to be dead, right? She just can't keep you out of there, can she? I don't get the... Oh, I'm so excited to hear, to learn about, maybe create even what's happening to the dog, or what the dog is, or what the fuck. Like I said, I don't feel like we're playing a game, I feel like we're choosing a story. What? Shannon speaks into a large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Well, I feel like if it were me, I don't know what's happening yet, but I'd be like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll figure it out. That's true. Can I trust him not to just change the locks? Well, yeah, and I appreciate that, but... Choose love. Shannon hangs up the phone and puts it away. Oh, this is cool. Now we're meeting ourselves from a different perspective. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light and the light was on, and I'm looking for the on-ramp to... Are you here to kick me off the property? Oh, no. No, I guess you don't belong here either, do you? Do you work for the power company? The power company? Oh, no. I once worked for an electrician for a few weeks, but I sort of drifted on before I really learned anything. I get it. You're a drunk. Nah, I do a pretty good job now. I keep sober. I've got a gig. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lisette's Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. I'm choosing to be very focused on what I'm aware of. That's what I'm gonna choose to say. Oh yeah, no, not entirely text. I really like the mood that they're going for, both with the ambient music and with the visuals. You're making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now, I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady named Weaver Marquez, and she sent me this way, and so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like so far anyway, with... What? Weaver Marquez? Do you know her? So you saw her. Tonight. I know Weaver. She's my cousin. Ah. That's why she's older now. I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd be hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door. Just came back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a lie. At the time, I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle. She's a mystery. What are you doing down here, Shannon? I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? I'm not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing, you know, showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're gonna go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, we gotta keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Topology, okay. Topology, that's the science of continuous space, my friend. The way this twisty maze of passages fits together. Take care, Lanto Asher. Thank you so much for hanging out. Okay, I feel bad just constantly leaving blue. This doesn't seem safe. That runs into the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? Only one way to find out. All right, give it a whirl. Hey, Chloe, don't worry, you haven't really missed much. I mean, we're still very confused about what's happening, if that helps. I have completely lost track of Minecraft Marathon. I am unreconcilable. Oh, nice. Well, then you have more left to go. It seems like there's still one more chapter that they haven't put out yet, so I'm excited. I'm always excited for there to be more of something that's great, you know. Is anybody down there? Nothing. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and the lights. Yeah, they got paid in these shitty plastic tokens. Coal script, you know? If you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you had to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents work down here. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed. Here, set up that lamp of yours and I'll go and plug those ceiling lights. Conway tries to think of something clever to say. I heard the speakers back there crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well... Okay, I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noise into the mouthpiece. Can I tell you how much I hate being the sound guy's girlfriend and testing mics? I fucking hate it. It's the worst. Usually I sing Kesha, which really pisses Grit off. Don't tap the mic. Don't do it. Scrapes a coin across the mouthpiece. Come on. Let's hum a deep tone. Don't blow in it either. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with a cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer, so just say something into the mouthpiece and we can get a sense for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy, just say anything that comes to your head. Tell me a story about something. Or what did you have for breakfast today? Ooh, I'm excited about this. I want to hear more about this. I had breakfast with Lizette. She made biscuits. Ah. I do love biscuits. Like real biscuits. With honey butter. Oof. She made biscuits. She talked about her late husband, Ira. Then we just sat there for a bit. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. Ah, you're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air from the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. I think Conway likes the road. I don't know. Probably American biscuits, since I'm in America. I don't know. No, English biscuits or cookies. American biscuits. Southern biscuits. With honey butter. Conway breathes and remembers a moment earlier in the day. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Conway breathes and visualizes a hot meal. Conway breathes and relaxes as a peal of feedback and loose rock engulfs him. I just feel like there are so many other things that I wish we had done or checked out or looked at every time that there's a chapter, a new scene. Like, no, let me look at everything else. I know I'm not supposed to succeed. I don't think this is a game we can succeed at, but that doesn't prevent me from wanting to. Jesus, are you all right? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on the leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. Damn. Don't worry, I got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Well, okay. There's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out of one of the auxiliary exits. If there are any. I think there are. I can walk. No way. You need to stay off that leg or you'll just do more damage. We'll just find the exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. This noise is horrible. We can't go with the light on. Oh, we can. Because it's a... Alright. Oh, I definitely assumed... Yeah, that all of these seemingly pointless dialogue choices were changing our story. Love that. I'm glad to know that that's the case. Oh, here we are. This may be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself, but this whole branch was underwater last I heard. How did that happen? Some careless miner or some unattended machine bored through into an underground lake. The water came in pretty fast and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. I only heard parts of how it went from there. Sanitized for the bereaved. You know how these big companies are. But there was gossip, too. The trapped miners couldn't get the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut all the lights off. But even then it wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark when they... You lost some people down here, didn't you? We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. Doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable is still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks if the water hasn't damaged it too much. Or we can just keep heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging up around the turntables from the company store. Just junk, you know? The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place, or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which way is which down here. It's also dim and gray. Shannon connects 2 clip leads from her signal generator to the turntable's electrical panel. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat, so... Ooh. I really hate this background sound that's happening. I could really deal without that. Alright, what should we say? Pendulum in the casket. The bat feeder and the scarecrow. I like the pendulum in the casket. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're going deeper. That's probably not ideal. Damn, it's almost totally intact. I thought it would have been destroyed. What is this place? It's a recording studio, basically. Kind of thrown together, but when this mine was active, a couple of folk music archivists spent time here recording miners' songs. Really academic, ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much. So they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get someone on a lunch break to sing into their microphone. Then I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivists some coal script tokens to pay the miners with for their songs. What do you think the archivists were after? Data, I guess? Comparing intonations, subject matter, diction. You know, all those little details that no one really thinks about when they listen to music. Yeah, academics are great at that stuff. Let's get out of here. Oh, I can't go any further that way. Okay. I like how their heads are so close to the powered wires. A dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track, loaded with tape but starved for power. Can we plug it in? Are you guys getting anything out of that? Because I'm not. Oh, I didn't know those were still down here. What was that? Look, there's a tape player down there. One of those old reel-to-reel setups. They'd record up on that old scaffolding we saw, and then I guess they'd sequester themselves down here to listen to the recorded songs. What happened to the archivists? They got out. When the flood came, they left. Fuck does a bat feeder look like? Why does it look like a hummingbird feeder? You hear that? Kind of a muffled rumbling? Maybe we're near water? Could be. There was an underground lake here around years ago. I guess that's why they stopped digging so abruptly here. Bats are goth hummingbirds. I love that. God, I keep going to bed so early and I keep just still waking up tired every day. Did you guys see a horse? There, yeah, that's a horse. Wasn't there a horse? Why? I'm seeing weird things. Oh my god, it's the miners. Yeah, there was a horse. Oh, it's changing. Oh, this is fucked up. The tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going any further. I wonder what's down that tunnel. Hmm. Thank God. Okay. Let's get out of here. Yeah, okay. That tunnel where the tracks were broken, I'd like to take a look down there. Is this who we get to choose to be? Maybe? If you wait for me here, I'll just go take another look around. Sure, alright. I'll be right here. I really hate that hiss. I hope it was the power with the tram. Oh, is that my cell phone? Oh my god. Yeah, right? Never heard from again. Conway, you better not be leaving. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape reels and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters through a window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. The red one is labeled J. Marquez, the green one is labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. The notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be an esoteric German shorthand is actually a love poem written in anagrams. She just came up behind me, right? The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically into margins. A few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into charts correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. Conway opens the... Oh, I get it. Conway opens the green notebook. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book, there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of... Oh, yeah, this place. These notebooks are labeled Marquez. Your parents are the archivists? No, Weaver's parents are the archivists. My parents were miners. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's slow. Well, I'll try not to get too far ahead of you. You don't mind my hitching a ride, do ya? I kinda got a lift out of here, and wasn't sure if, when I'd be heading back. I can drive. Yeah, maybe that's best. Don't worry, I've been driving since I was 9. I still need to find the 0. Well, it's like I told you. Weaver doesn't lie. If she sent you here to find your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough and that's not exactly what she said? I saw Weaver at my workshop. That's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peonia, in the back of a bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse. Whichever you want to head to first, just let me know. Well... What the fuck is that? She said that she wanted her TV fixed more than she thought we should go on 0, so let's go get her TV fixed. Lisette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck? This is my truck. Blue, this is Shannon. Nice to meet you, Blue. I've got some dried banana slices in my bag. Would you like one? Take care of your friend here, and there's more where that came from. I don't know what Shannon did, or if we could have done anything else by those helmets. I don't know. The truck jerks towards the shoulder, nearly run off the road by a swarm of dragonflies. Their wings beat briefly in the headlights and disappear into the night. Maybe we should go back to the farmhouse. I wonder if this is at all representational of actual Kansas. Like, if these are streets in Kansas. Kentucky, sorry. Kentucky, Kansas. I'm from New York. No other states matter. Well, I guess this was correct. Or a certain amount of correct. Oh no, you're so slow. I love how the house comes out of the fog like this. Oh, it's so good. I don't understand what the two people means. There's nobody buried here, you know. It's decorative, I guess. Or it's art or something, I don't know. What are the names on the headstones? Nowakowski, Padilla, I don't know those names. Maybe people who lived here before? I know when they bought the property, it already had a house and everything, or maybe they just have some other symbolic meaning. Oh, and look at that headstone. Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. Okay, somebody's got to shoot Conway here. He's too slow. So, this is where she was? Yeah, makes sense. This was where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, you know, and had this place built. You have any debts? I never really had any collateral. Something to be said for that, I guess. My parents were like that, until the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for my mom, it was canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it. All tuition. She said she was a mathematician or something? Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff about something about using math to translate between Spanish and English? I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone. Never came back. Until tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Huh. Okay. I guess we two aren't the only ones she's been talking to. Well, that's not something you see every day. That old TV right there? Well, that is a damned antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. Say, do you mind if I open it up? It looks like the dials are all corroded and the screen is leaking light a bit. Come on, I bet Lisette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Here, I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. Just needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that oughta... Should be seeing something now. Are you seeing anything? That looks dangerous, what you're doing there? Damn, okay. Here, I think the contacts are dirty. No, don't go telling my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes with spit. There, just gotta turn it north-south and... Gotta get her in to work on Kozel BVMs. Is this on the TV? Oh, maybe this is Route Zero. We love a good old drone. Okay, anytime that wants to stop, I am okay with it. Well, I did not look around enough. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and get a glass of water, and I will be right back, and we're gonna play Act 2, or Scene 2, I don't know. We're gonna play the next one. I'll be right back. Alright. Now I know we have to look around more. Sooner. I didn't want to, like, jump ahead of where it was guiding me if it was a game that was going to guide me places, but it's not. Wall text. Limits and demonstrations. A Lula Chamberlain retrospective. Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a digital slice through time, place, and form. The pieces on display here were individually debuted. Always gotta burp in the middle of fucking video games. Why? Marking the first major public showcase of her work in over 20 years, this retrospective exhibition of work by pioneering installation artist Lula Chamberlain comprises a digital... Oh, we already read that. Sorry. The pieces on display here were individually debuted over a period of 35 years, designed in Chamberlain's various homes and studios between her beloved Mexico City and her native Elizabethtown. They represent a range of scale and impact from the intimate warmth of Vertex Texture Fetch to the infamous Visage, the latter which requires a vertical clearance of over 30 feet. Yet these works share a confounding legacy. In each of their debut exhibitions, they were nearly impossible to install. Galleries and museums balked at the scale, power requirements, and highly skilled labor involved in maintaining these works for display. Some of their debuts collapsed under the weight of logistics, only to be successfully executed much later. And so, just as they describe the outer limits of Chamberlain's range as an installation artist, the geographical edges and vertices of her itinerant home life, and the beginning and end of her distinguished career, the works on display here also trace the extremes of our capabilities and the frontiers of our patience as both viewers and exhibitors. Are we capable of viewing these works as they were meant to be viewed? Do we even want to be? Spinning coins, suspended, correcting for angular motion. 1976. Found materials. It feels... Ah, crap. Didn't you have one of these? I meant to click the other one. It seems really loud. I'm gonna turn it down a little. Very invasive. Oh yeah, I did have an old microfilm. Wait, these are the people that were playing the game. I did have an old microfilm reader like this. I got it at a garage sale. Couldn't figure out what to do with it. That's my whole shed, just a bunch of weird, obsolete electronics I thought I might use. Someday. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'll just sell them from scrap when the price of lead and plastic goes up. Guess everything gets broken down eventually. Vertex texture fetch, sorry. Tree, television, and suspended cathode ray tube, 1968, found materials. The picture on the TV. What is that? It's a lighthouse? No, it's a weather vane, or a windmill or something. Is it a lighthouse? I don't think I've ever actually used one. I know that they were available in my library, but I don't ever think I had a reason to look at one, or nor did I want to ask a librarian for help in how to use one. I think that was my problem. Damn social anxiety. Visage, 1984, unknown media. What is that made of? It's a mystery, looks like. Ribbon? Bandages? Oh, have you seen The Invisible Man? It's slice a visage to build a visage, a puzzle to its owner. What? That's a poem I read. I think it was written by a computer. I think it's lovely. Huh. Overdubbed Nam-June Pike installation in the style of Edward Packer, 1965, 1973, 1980. Magnetic tape, handheld tape playback head, speaker system, voice of the artist, computer synthesized speech. Oh, I read about this one. It's interactive. How's it work? It's a bunch of old tape, and you run this tape playback head along it and just listen to the recordings, I guess? Let's try it out. I think you start in the middle. As Bob drags the playback head along the tape, a woman's voice issues unsteadily from the speakers. We start in the middle. Donald and Joseph are in the hallway. I am in an office. The walls are lined with filing cabinets. A few drawers hang open. The door is ajar. A massive computer looms in the corner. There are some punched cards on the floor. A synthetic voice recording spliced awkwardly into the tape lists out options in monotone. To examine cards, rotate 30 degrees and advance 7 inches. To leave room, rotate 17 degrees and advance 4 inches. To activate computer, rotate 200 degrees and advance 15 inches. No, Patrick, the lid. Let's activate computer. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. So loud. I love it. I am now holding 2 punched cards. On one of them, Joseph has scribbled a note. Caves. The other is blank. To insert Caves card, rotate 11 degrees and advance 2 inches. To insert blank card, rotate 95 degrees and advance 14 inches. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. I am standing in a hallway. The walls are a blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there are no students around. Usually these walls would be papered with flyers, announcing new student clubs, looking for roommates, selling old textbooks, but now they're blank. Seems like it skips around a bit. Donald is here, scribbling on a scrap of graph paper. Joseph is here. He can hear me talking into this tape recorder. You sound like an anthropologist, Lula. An ant-apologist? Oh, hey, it's Joseph and Donald. An ant-entomologist. To lean on Joseph's shoulder, rotate 70 degrees and advance 11 inches. To take Donald's hand, rotate 270 degrees and advance 2 inches. lean on Joseph's shoulder. This is the beginning of the tape. I am at home, alone. Joseph just left. We had an argument, but it'll work out. Wow, this is kind of personal. I feel a little embarrassed. I know what you mean, but she put it out there. I usually start here, in my home, whenever I'm sketching out a new piece. I start by just looking around. My closet door is open, and I can see a few sweaters and a dress I like. To go downstairs, rotate 11 degrees and advance 4 inches. To think about dresses, rotate 150 degrees and advance 15 inches. Let's think about dresses. It's kind of a terrible dress, actually. Denim. The breast is embroidered on one side with a crude sketch of a tall man in working clothes, but one of his legs is obscured by the lapel. I guess I just like the cut and the color. I could fall asleep sitting on the bed here, holding this tape recorder and this glass of wine. It's a good thing I'm not holding a cigarette. I think I'll go for a hike tomorrow. Maybe Donald would like to. To fall asleep, rotate 70 degrees left and advance 9 inches. To think about hiking, rotate 150 degrees and advance 7 inches. I do love falling asleep. Think about hiking. We're on a dirt trail in the park. Or, well, it's not really a trail. It's a trail! It's more like a tendency. There tends to be fewer plants here on the path we've been walking. Now, we're walking at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to mossy rock as the ground sinks into darkness. Joseph and Donald are following a rope down into the cave. They have computer equipment tied to their backs. So do I. To enter the cave, rotate 65 degrees left and advance 4 inches. That's the only choice? Yeah, that's the end of that one. So 65 degrees, 4 inches. That's the last trip. So everything's down here now. Final resting place. Don't be so morbid. To remember a fond gesture, rotate 180 degrees and advance 23 inches. To regret a harsh word, rotate 12 degrees and advance 6 inches. Let's remember a fond gesture. It's morning now. I'm in the car. I'm driving to work. This is the last recording I'll make on this tape, and then I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, and then who knows. I've been recording onto this tape for 15 years, I think. A lot of other things happened, so here is a story. When I met Donald and Joseph, they were both students and I was in a band performing on campus. They came to my show, and then we met at a bar and had a few drinks together. Joseph wanted to impress me, so he stole a metal cocktail tumbler and gave it to me. We got kicked out, wandered drunkenly until morning, and finally ended up at a diner. And now I use the tumbler to store extra pens on my desk. So, I'm almost out of tape. I guess I'll just let it run out while I drive. No instructions? Maybe we missed something? Really? We've gone so far. Is there anything else we can do here? No, that's the end of this tape strip. I don't think we ever reached this long one at the top here. Is it cheating to skip over there? I won't tell a soul. Bob moves the playback head to another strip of tape. Think of our work! Our research! You'll die in these damn cold caves, and what about those men? You know they'll come back. We'll go deeper, that's all. They'll never find us. Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damned cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the Zero. You'll be lost forever. But we need your voice for the machine. Lula, it only recognizes your voice. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damned machine does with it. Oh. Well, that's cool. Basement puzzle number 2. Artist, sunset, and a horse. 1976, plaster and wire. Can you read the covers of those books? Yeah, it's kind of hard to... I wish we could get a little closer. I don't think they're real books. No, they're real. Look, that one says... No, you're right. It's just scratched up cardboard. Maybe it's a puzzle, but there's no right answer. That's kind of sad. Oh no, we read all this already. We read all this. Go away. Yeah, I guess I'm ready to go. Yeah, I need to get to work anyway. What? Did I do it? Attention, Lula Chamberlain, regarding your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your obedient servant, Robert. Let's fold the letter up and put it in my handbag. Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled Proposals. Opens a folder of writing paper on her desk. Dearest Robert, thank you for your kind note. Though it has been years since my name appeared in a gallery program, except as an occasional dusty curiosity in a group show or as the impertinent subject of some misguided retrospective, I continue to... something gratitude. Yours in situ, Lula. Oh yeah, it does get you, it does give me like Goose Game vibes. I can see it. I can see it. Busy? How are you, Rick? I shouldn't complain, so... did you get my note? About the office party? I'm going stag. Oh yeah, that's... I didn't mean... Hey, I'm probably not going anyway. Lots to do, you know. A lot of new drafts, so... So, how did your applications go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just... saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? Oh. Oh. Get a good rest in the truck? Yeah, I know you love a drive. The wind in your ears. I saw you back there, Blue. Didn't we just pass this place? I don't think the Zero operates like roads we're used to. I don't understand it either. So what is this place? Looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Definitely both. Okay, very poetic. Well, maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. End of the line? Seems that way. Not for us, I hope. Hey, if I have to deal with you walking this slow for the rest of the game, I'm just gonna scream. But yeah, it definitely seems like we're in the Bureau. Really? I can't touch the fishing line? And we can't go down the stairs. I wonder if I hadn't said anything about his leg to begin with, if we wouldn't be limping. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload that whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. You're lost. So you're not the... Oh, sorry. Honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought... Oh, but you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What is this place? Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just mean to be passing through. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Do you know where that is? Dogwood? Nope. We're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks, but first we've got to get you in the system, so you'll need an appointment with one of the ingestion clerks. Now let's see. Rick is booked proofreading drafts all afternoon. Wanda's out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if we have anyone free. There's some books over there in the waiting area, or just take a look around. Have you seen our grotesques? I'm sorry, your what? The television is playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab scuttles across a beach. Its shell is an awkward shape. Must have once belonged to a different crab. Hey, Crunk! There's no such thing as late. I don't know what I was really going for. I think I was going for Midwestern at first, and then it just kind of melted into something wrong. It was just wrong. A television is playing a cartoon about a bird. The cartoon bird collects pieces for its nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, a bit of a young girl's hair. The nest is warm but precariously fragile. Hey, Red Cat! Oh, good, Samrel. That was my intent. How it started. It didn't end that way, but that's how it started. The television is playing an instructional video on elevator design. It's crucial to maintain proper lighting in an elevator. In the absence of sight, passenger sense of motion is greatly enhanced. The passenger should never feel as though they are physically ascending or descending. The elevator should create the illusion that the building is flat. This is the mark of a successful elevator design. Well, I have learned. Can we go down here? Probably not. Maybe we can look over here now. Oh, we can. The television is playing a closed-circuit security feed of a housing project. The feed switches mechanically between locations: a hallway, a disused plot of grass, a stairwell, a mailbox. The television is playing a silent video of an empty theater. A microphone sits in the middle of the stage. The lights are slightly dim. The speakers hum impatiently. Yeah, one of our new apartments, the elevator is pretty kicky. It's not a very tall building, so you don't get a lot of it, but when it drops you. Oh, good. I thought you'd left. People can be so impatient, you never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk and doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says she's on the 5th floor, reviewing some diagrams. The elevator is just back to the left there. 5th floor. Oh no, yeah, I can imagine that that's not ideal. 3 books are piled on the table: a service manual for a sewage pump, some architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. An envelope is protruding from the bottom of the stack. The envelope reads, Bureau of Secret Tourism. It contains several small, handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Cool. Somebody needs to get Conway a mobility scooter. She's on the 5th floor, right? Conway scans a column of elevator buttons. I do want to go see some bears. Hello? Are you lost? We're looking for Lula Chamberlain? Oh no, she's much too busy. Let's get some of our junior clerks to sort your paperwork first so we don't waste any of Miss Chamberlain's time. It's pretty straightforward process. First, you'll need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metzstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Well, that's not the 5th floor. And that's Lula, isn't it? Are they trying to fuck with me? I love that this is so far presented without comment. This is fucking amazing. This is fantastic. Just, you're not gonna give me anything. You're just bears. Yeah, it's bears. What did you expect, you idiot? You moron? We told you what was up here. What were you looking for? Why did you come here? Do you need to talk to a bear? No, we told you where to go. You want an achievement, ass? Bet you do. I'm really happy. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I am. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor, and occasionally scribbling numbers in a small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. Sorry, we're looking for an ingestion clerk? Oh no, I'm an interior spatial analysis. I can't help you with that. I think the ingestion clerks have all gone home for the night. Lula might be able to help you. She's pretty senior. Can't tell how we're walking. Where are you going? Conway, why? Okay. I can't tell spatially how these areas are supposed to exist. I love how they all look. I love how they all look like the bears. Hi, I'm here. I'm here for the meeting. I hope so, Chloe. There's a pipe organ in the big theater, and I haven't gotten a chance to, like, see it. They usually do organ concerts when things are going right. I haven't had a chance to go to one. That makes me very sad. We didn't get an achievement for bears, but we got an achievement for organ. A parade of disconnected images, obscure corners of nameless interiors, astronomical diagrams projecting the distances between celestial bodies, a painting by Giorgino de Chirico, a list of unpopular anagrams. Oh. Yeah, this feels like this vibes. Bears are standard. No! I like that we as the player know which one Lula is already, but we as the characters don't. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Oh, my sheet has 5 address boxes, and it says to fill everything out. Maybe if you fill out a transient subsheet, we can still get you processed. Go talk to Clerk Bohm, and he'll get you set up with one. Clerk Bohm is just over there in the corner. Happy to help! Howdy, here for a transient sheet? No problem. He rummages through some papers on his desk. Happy to help. He opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out, but I know there are some back in the archive. You'll have to put in a special request with Clerk Macmillan. She's the document czar. Straight back at the end of the office there, by the file cabinets. Okay. I guess I've actually had 6. I mean, I guess not if you're counting just as an adult. But also, Grid moved like 15 times from the time he was 5 to the time he left for college, or left for the Air Force. 15 times. Hazy though. Documents request. 1 transient subsheet, please. Happy to help. Please just put your requisition form in the inbox and I'll get to it as soon as possible. Requisition form? Yes, you don't have one? Shouldn't be a problem. They're quite easy to fill out. Just ask Clerk Metzen and she'll get you sorted. Requisition form, no problem. I'll just need your ingestion card to mark it outgoing in my logbook. I don't have an ingestion card yet. I'm sorry I'm doubling down on this. I think it's funny. Oh, no ingestion card. Okay, that's okay. Just go talk to Clerk Bohm first and I'll get you set up with one. All right, maybe we're literally going down and going around in a circle. Okay. Oh, no, I mean, that's her right there in the cardigan. Paperclip Labyrinth. Having fun in the Paperclip Labyrinth? Well, you made it eventually. You look exhausted. I'd offer you my seat, but my ankles are turning on me. Arthritis? Dr. Truman says my joints are eroding one another. They've been collaborating for decades. It's only natural they want to kill each other now. Well, enough about my hateful wrists and ankles. This concrete bunker of an office is just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where is it you're trying to go? We're looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. It's funny, did you know I used to live on a Dogwood Drive? That was years ago. A grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. But that Dogwood was a surface road. With a name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing on the Zero? A gas station attendant told us we'd need to take the Zero to get there. Gas station attendant, I see. Friendly blind man, about my age. Hangs out with an old cat, likes to pretend he's a poet. I didn't see a cat. His name is Joseph, do you know him? Joseph and I used to work together. We lived together. We were friends. But that was a long time ago. We haven't spoken in years. Do you know why he's pointed you this way? It's because he's still in love with me, of course. And now he's implicated you quite inconsiderately. And in your condition, it's appalling. So I'm very sorry for wasting your time, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood? I feel bad for Lula, so I don't want to just say get over yourself. but where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one? No, it's not possible. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before, but now we have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, and another might be Large-Leafed Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of course, of which we have an abundance here. Where's the computer? Computer? Oh, that's all handled off-site. We write up a formal request for analysis, provide the necessary data, and then send the whole thing out by courier. So first you'll need the data. I expect you'll find the road name change log up in Archives and Records, 4th floor. It'll be filed under 0 for odonyms, probably, or G for generic, or maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Great. Okay. Hey, Burger. Oh man, this is the least comfortable computer chair I've ever had. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess? Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes? I'll just start digging. The small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are just lists of titles, names, and dates. Note in logbook. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with the letters A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely to involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc. But air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Several documents relating to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in over a period of a few days. Basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. A single set of documents relating to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Note in logbook. Failing antique shops. Folder missing? Listed checked in on page 63, but not present. Check-in. Failing antique shops. Monday, 3 p.m. Signee, Ed Bohm. Nothing? Me neither. Half of these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first few letters of the alphabet, so I couldn't find anything with an O, or a G, or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look? This is so tedious. Like, I'm still invested in the world, and I'm still interested in what's going on, but this is, like, horrifically tedious. I was hoping to talk to Bohm, who I thought was right here. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently, and it's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect. At the church. Marianne at reception can give you the directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Oh, and while you're out on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. The bears are great. The bears were everything I wanted and more. I deserved the bears in every way. Okay, I extremely want to get my leg fixed. Get what you need? Lula said you could, be straight with me. What is this place? Just another office, lady. Just another job. But you kicked out a congregation to set up your office? I wasn't here for that, but yeah, I get what you're coming from. Still, I wouldn't judge until I'd seen everything. They've got a new church now. The Bureau set it up for them out of some of their old storage space. I'm sure it's very nice. Go see it for yourself. Just get back on the Zero and drive till you hit the Crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense once you get on the road. You can handle it. It's kind of funny. We recently, a venue attached to us opened... Okay, how can I condense this story? We are affiliated with a venue that is a church, or was a church, but it was a historic site. It needed some work, and it was gifted to an arts organization to run it as a performance space as opposed to a church. But the stipulation, it included a stipulation that the remaining congregation could continue to worship in it for the rest of their lives. So they still have a little space in the chapel for like 3 little old ladies to come worship every Sunday. They have a pastor from somewhere come in every Sunday. This crab is wearing a can of spray adhesive as a shell. Well, that's sad. This crab is wearing a roll of Scotch tape as a shell. Blue is too skinny. This crab is wearing a manila folder as a shell. I like how things are worded like they linger. It makes me want to linger. Drive until you hit the Crystal and then turn around. Did we see a C node? Man, this game is trippy and I'm very enjoying it. Oh. She says as she yawns massively. Oh god. I'm sorry, I have to set a phone alarm, or else I will forget to get out of bed in time to pick someone up from the train station. Okay. Thank you. Is that it? Over there? It's dusty in here. You work with antiques. You should be used to a little dust, right? Oh, we should have gone to the doctor first. Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Tonight it's a homily on work and need. Oh, I haven't heard this one before. Are you the preacher? Oh, I'm the janitor. I guess this must look pretty strange, church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, too, on Sunday. It got a bit awkward to fit everybody in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their center of gravity and just started wobbling. And the preacher stopped coming, but he left his old tapes, same with the organist. And I found some old acetates in the bureau archives, photos of people in churches, so I keep it running. You do what you have to, right? Right now, we have to find some bureau documents. Oh, you're from the bureau. I moved all those documents to Unit C13 or C315 to make room for the mass. It's down at the other end of the building, same floor. I need to get the night mass started, but you can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Nice lady. Well, I'd better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Is your whole family Catholic? Catholic? Oh no, we're not religious. I just watched and listened while the congregation did all this stuff, and I probably don't understand as much of it as you might think. Anyway, I know how to run the overhead projector and the tape player. At least I know how to keep it going, right? How do you like working here? It's okay. I don't really know what else I'd do. I used to play a lot of card games, you know, in high school. Some of my friends went to college, but most of them just got jobs. Maybe in a few years we'll be hanging out in bars, playing darts or something. You're not allowed to play cards in the bar, because it looks like gambling. Ah, my leg is killing me. Bet everyone's telling you to go see a doctor. Hey, I get it. Too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well, and he got pretty depressed, and eventually he just sorta... Well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? So this is like a hobby? If you asked me what my hobbies were, I'd have said card games, science fiction, and perspective geometry. But I run the slideshow, and I play the tapes, and I don't get paid for it. I take it pretty seriously, but nobody's telling me I should. Is that a hobby? Seems like there ought to be a more serious word for it. Okay, that's it. Next, there are some rituals that you and I are not allowed to participate in, I don't think. And I don't remember them anyway. Hey, got it. We were just talking about work and hobbies. What? I found what we came here to get, the file on street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to the bureau and get this straightened out, and then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. Maybe I should have seen the doctor before. Oh my god, we walk so slow. What if we just left? Not ideal. Jesus, are you all right? What the hell? I'm okay. I've got you. You're all right. Shit, your leg is pinned. I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. Didn't we do this? Damn, don't worry. I got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now, let's see if this thing has power. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was mumbling about the old mine for a minute, the old mine where we met. I think I need to see that doctor. Yes, you do. She hands Brandon the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, here and there. Bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came, find the crystal, and then turn around. The Bureau of Secret Tourism, esoteric excursions from the intrepid and curious. All directions start from the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. River tunnels. These tunnels are a series of arterials excavated by runoff from an underground river which long ago evaporated. Now the tangled vessel of marooned echoes. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. Reverse directions and drive counterclockwise until you hit the birdhouse. Now turn around again and you're almost upon it. Oh, I want to see all these things. Oh no. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. I don't know if it's gonna let me. Alright, if I have to go back to the Bureau first. If this is the crystal again, I'm gonna do it one more circuit. Okay. I think I have to go back to the Bureau. Well, I thought that was different. But we already turned around when we reached the crystal. Shit, how do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. The mouse is doing weird things. I'm not moving it. Oh. I wish this was easier to access. Drive clockwise until you reach the feather. Pause for a moment to consider the cave walls. Reverse direction and drive counterclockwise until you hit the birdhouse. Oh, we're gonna hit the crystal again. Nice. Nope. The tunnels are described as a series of arterials excavated by runoff from an underground river which long ago evaporated, now the tangled vessel of marooned echoes. They're surprisingly large. A distant scratching sound catches Conway's attention from a tunnel leading downwards. Another tunnel runs into the darkness to the left. Climb down with a bum leg. Conway and Shannon climb down. The tunnel narrows a bit. The air is warmer here. Shannon has the sense that something is hiding just out of sight. 3 gray-furred cats sit on a piece of driftwood, tails coiled. They regard the intruders for a moment and return to their indifferent leisure. Okay, next. Return, find the feather again, and turn around. Just clockwise, right? Okay. Gallery of mislaid futures, abandoned on lonely highways, and as American industrial design shifted its gaze to the intangible. Drive counterclockwise towards the TV. When you reach the TV, drive clockwise to the antenna. Alright. Counterclockwise. Help me remember. TV, antenna, barn. Perfect, thank you. TV. Antenna. Barn. Oh. Gallery of mislaid. Okay, we just read this. It's a large warehouse full of oddly shaped vehicles. Blimp-like, rusted vessels, mostly painted in a dull green that is now faded towards brown. No path has been carved to navigate between them, and many have been damaged enough to leave menacing bits of metal running jaggedly through their small open spaces. It's all a visitor can do, to stand at the edge of the building, neck craned, trying to get a glimpse of something. Oh. Find the TV again and turn around. Okay. Mineral springs. Drive clockwise to the feather, then come back to the talon. And then turn around. Clockwise to the feather. As described in the brochure, these mineral springs radiate with vigor and sweet youth from the pores of the cave walls, its sweet dampness evaporating and then recollecting on the ruddy faces of rejuvenated bathers. This air does have a warmth and fragrance to it that seems to relax the nostrils. Shannon encourages Conway to rest his leg in the water. Conway rests for a while. The water is warmer than it looks and strangely soothing. Think about the night stars. Conway leans his head back, eyes closed. It still feels like night down in the cave. Not just the darkness, but the lateness of it. Somewhere on the other side of this rock, the stars are still drifting along indifferently. He remembers some of Charlie's homework from when he first went to college. Charlie was home visiting Lisette and Ira for the weekend and had some book about astronomy or physics or something, maybe math, watching the relative speeds at which the different stars pan across the sky and using it to determine their distance. Leaving the spring, Conway finds a few small aquatic insects nestled in his pant leg. He leaves them behind. Okay. Find the feather and again turn around. We have to go the other way for the feather. I wish this would stay. Alright. Drive clockwise to the Scarecrow. Scarecrow, Pendulum, and that's it. That's not, I think, what we're supposed to be having found. That's odd. What? Just, you know, deja vu. Same here. I always feel kind of embarrassed when that happens. Like, I'm in a play, but I don't know my lines. Oh well. Huh. Kind of making me paranoid because I'm like, should I be feeling deja vu right now? I mean, other than the known deja vu of the fact that we're going around in a circle. And then... Ah. I see. That was the dead end in the mine. Oof. Let's see. The brochure for these mossy tunnels recommend taking them as a site for meditation, an introspective labyrinth through which to walk one's concerns slowly, like a breathing exercise. A narrow tunnel extends to the right and another to the left. Left. Conway and Shannon go left. They enter a cramped passage. A narrow tunnel extends to the right and another to the left. The moss begins to glow. Conway and Shannon crawl on their hands and knees through a slick passageway. The moss is glowing more brightly now. Conway and Shannon step out into a large room. The glow of the moss is almost blinding. A narrow tunnel extends to the right and another to the left. Close eyes. Huh. Interesting. Wait, the scarecrow again. Turn around. Wait. Clockwise to the scarecrow. Did it say and then turn around, or did I make that up? Yeah, find the scarecrow again and turn around. I did that. Oh. This isn't changing. Oh, well that's great. Okay. I feel like we should have found the doctor first. But I don't know how. Oh my god, this is so hard. Back so soon? Why do we need to get to the interstate? We need to get to the interstate, 65. Lula filed your paperwork, so you're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're ready to go back, just let me know. Okay, we've got a few more things. Maybe we'll talk to Lula one more time. As much as I don't want to hobble over to the elevator and go back upstairs. The crab is wearing a dense chain of paper clips as a shell. Crab is wearing a hollowed out plastic radio as a shell. I love it. Doesn't appear that Lula's there. Well, this sucks. I guess let's go all the way up to diagrams and drafts, then we can at least see each level. Unless she's somewhere that we can't see, which sucks. Are we really unable to do anything else here? This... Oh. I really don't want to hobble all the way over to the edges again. Well, I guess we get to leave, because I don't see her. This crab is wearing 4 smaller crabs as a shell. Yes. The ultimate crab. The crabbing. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Oh, of course. This is a neighborhood just outside of the Bowling Green. Get on 65, going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. If you continue north, you'll be there shortly. Happy to help. Oh, man. I guess we should probably finish this act, right? What did she say? Get on 65, going southwest. Oh, we're back in the... Oh, fuck. I have another chance. 65 going southwest. We can see other things here. Oh man, I have not really kept track of what we have looked at and what we have not. Not sure about this place. Looks like trouble. Trouble for me, anyway. Strange. Sounds like music from coming from inside, but the sign says closed. Maybe they're cleaning. Yeah, it just sounds... I don't know. This place kind of creeps me out. It's okay, I'll just get a Coke on the road somewhere. The trash bin is filled. Several pairs of working shoes, a few hats, a small Ziploc bag with 3 pairs of eyeglasses. And a wall of triangles. Well, diamonds, I guess. Stoplight. No, those are... Oh, maybe... It is upside down. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Hey. We should probably find the doctor. Please don't rub your head into the mic cable. Thank you. The neighborhood at the address on Lula's card has been demolished. In its place is a large museum, still partially under construction. Didn't we check out the museum? All right. I think I've hit my limit for ambiguity today. So, I think I'm gonna stop here. Oh, maybe I can't stop here. All right, we'll keep going. It's got to be over soon, right? Oh yeah. He was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. Doesn't seem that weird. You didn't see the guy. Tall, kind of stooped over, limping bad. Looks like an old drunk if you ask me. I bet they're both drunks, breaking in here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for that old dog, getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere, but that's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. But they didn't know, so they kept looking around. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that? I just shut myself up in the room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. They definitely weren't from the power company. Well, I wouldn't complain if they were, really, with that storm going on. I know they have to do their business, doesn't affect me. I've got my generator, but you know some of these folks around here, unprepared. Totally unprepared. Hey, so I guess we don't get to... Zeno, you can't push the mic with your face. You can't. I know you're trying, but you cannot. It is not allowed. Well, here are the glass doors. We checked this museum out before. But I don't remember what it led us around about. I keep catching blue in the corner of my eye and not knowing what it is. I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed because Diana's such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. What folders were they looking at? Yeah, mostly stuff about the building site, I guess. They had a list of all the homes we relocated here. A list of original residences before we leveled the neighborhood. I guess they were looking for one of the old residents. They pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer, folks who moved elsewhere, but they filed that back out out of order, so I guess they didn't find what they were looking for there. While I have you here, work's kind of slowed down and it seems like, I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kind of settling in. Well, that's the idea. Yeah, I get that. Just, how about that roof, huh? You just write us a check and we'll finish it all right up. I know you got this museum thing going on, but you don't want to be slumlords now. Yeah, they came by and knocked on the window, and we had a bit of a talk through the glass. I would have come out, but, you know, shady characters. What did you talk about? They were asking about Dr. Truman, and I told them what all I know about that, which is not very much. What do you know about Dr. Truman? I told them he moved in here with the rest of us when you folks bought up the neighborhood, and then one day his house was gone. That's all I know about that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. They were hollering at that empty tent you folks have on display. Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. I heard them banging around out there and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. I just put my headphones on and tried to ignore them, to tell you the truth. You know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to visit. I'd heard him working on his boat just a bit earlier, before the storm started. But then I saw the stranger's limping gait and the young woman with him and knew it couldn't be. I invited him in for a glass of bourbon, which they politely declined, so I just talked to him on the porch for a bit. What did you talk about? Oh, we talked a bit about the neighborhood. I told them about Hudson and a sailboat and the nice young couple in the greenhouse and the charming Dr. Truman who used to live here. They were very interested in him, but of course, well, I don't know where he went. Do you know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot on a houseboat before. I don't know that the older men had ever seen an ocean, in fact. You alright, Zeno? It's always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, but what home ever is? I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like the last one... In fact, he had his umbrella open indoors. Wasn't leaking that badly. Can I not go any further this way? Nope. Okay, I know we're in the middle of something, but I am flagging hardcore, so I think I'm gonna call it, and I think I'm gonna go make some dinner, and we're just gonna have to pick up this weird game in this weird place. I don't feel like that's really gonna be much of a loss, because we're all gonna be confused next time it happens. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys day after tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. Bye.